A new year has begun, and you are still in pursuit of financial balance and inner peace. How to approach money and wealth intelligently. The relationship between Stoicism and money can be observed in how Stoicism teaches to cultivate an attitude of detachment towards material possessions and to seek happiness and personal fulfillment through virtue, not necessarily through the accumulation of wealth. However, financial stability can provide freedom and tranquility to pursue other goals aligned with Stoic values, such as living in accordance with wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. In the next few minutes, you will learn how Stoicism has much to teach us. About approaching money and wealth wisely and intelligently, Stoicism is much more than a mere philosophy. It serves as a guide to the art of living developed in ancient Greece and popularized by philosophers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius. The Stoic philosophy teaches that genuine wealth doesn't solely reside in material possessions, but in the cultivation of character, the pursuit of virtue, and the acceptance of what we cannot control. The topic of money is an integral part of our lives, yet often our relationship with money is troubled. We're constantly striving to accumulate more, often at the expense of our emotional and moral well-being. The Stoics remind us that money itself isn't inherently good or bad. What matters is how we use it and how it influences our character. In this video, we'll explore how these historical principles can assist us in transforming our relationship with money. We'll contemplate how we can apply this wisdom to discover meaning and balance in our personal finances, as well as dealing with the challenges and uncertainties that financial life often presents to us. We will focus on fundamental concepts of Stoicism, such as detachment from money, the pursuit of virtue, financial honesty, acceptance of uncertainty, and specific practices that you can adopt to improve your relationship with money. Remember, this is not just a speech about finances, it is an exploration of the pursuit of a meaningful life, where money plays a role, but it's not the only protagonist. True wealth, according to the Stoics, is the wealth of the soul. Let's embark on this journey of learning and reflection about money and Stoicism. Number 1. What is Stoicism? Stoicism. Before we delve into the connection between money and Stoicism, a brief summary of Stoicism for those who aren't quite familiar with it. This ancient philosophy can impact all areas of our lives, including our finances. Stoicism is a way of life that originated in ancient Greece but gained prominence and influence in Rome, thanks to notable figures like Seneca, Epictetus, and the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. This philosophy is based on solid principles that can guide us toward a wiser and more reflective life. The Stoics believe that happiness and well-being should not depend on external events or material wealth. Instead, they emphasize cultivating virtue, wisdom, and self-discipline as paths to a fulfilling life. For the Stoics, virtue is the supreme good, and material wealth is considered a favorable good, but not the most important one. They also emphasize the importance of distinguishing between things that are within our control and those that are not. Money, for example, is largely beyond our control, as financial markets are unpredictable. However, our actions, choices, and values are under our control. Stoicism encourages us to focus our efforts and attention on those areas where we have influence, rather than excessively worrying about things we cannot change. Additionally, the Stoics promote the practice of self-sufficiency, which means we should not be overly dependent on material goods or external comforts for our happiness. Instead, we should learn to find joy in simplicity and the development of our personal skills. Stoicism also teaches acceptance of what we cannot control, including adverse events. This applies to money, as the Stoics remind us that financial ups and downs are part of life and should be faced with wisdom and tranquility. Therefore, Stoic philosophy is a profound and comprehensive approach to life that provides a framework for finding meaning, balance, and virtue in all areas of our lives, including financial mastery. In the next part of the video, we will explore how these Stoic principles can be practically applied to our relationship with money and how we can use this philosophy to become better managers of our financial resources, while seeking virtue and well-being in our lives. Remember to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and give a thumbs up to the video. This is important. Gratitude for that. Number 2, Stoic philosophy and money. Money. Now that we understand the fundamental principles of Stoicism, let's delve deeper into the relationship between this philosophy and money. The Stoics emphasize that money itself is neither good nor bad. Instead, the value of money depends on how we use it and how it affects our character. Money can be a powerful tool to achieve our goals and improve our lives, but it can also be a source of anxiety, greed, and corruption if not used wisely. One of the most important lessons of Stoicism regarding money is that we should not let our happiness depend on the accumulation of material wealth. Money is a useful resource, but its relentless pursuit can lead us into an emotional trap where we constantly desire more, believing that the next acquisition will bring us happiness, when in reality, it only brings inner emptiness. When achieved, the Stoics teach us to find satisfaction in things under our control, such as our character, actions, and personal relationships, rather than seeking these emotions in the relentless pursuit of riches. Virtue, according to the Stoics, is the true source of happiness and contentment, not the accumulation of material possessions. Stoicism teaches us to maintain a certain degree of detachment from money. This means that we should not be enslaved by our material possessions, nor should we measure our self-worth by the amount of money we possess. The Stoics believe that true wealth lies in our virtues and our ability to live according to ethical principles. The unrestrained pursuit of material wealth often puts us in a cycle of constant dissatisfaction. Philosophers remind us that the pursuit of money, when not accompanied by the pursuit of virtue, is empty and endless. Instead, we can use money as a tool to better our lives and the lives of those around us, focusing on our values, honesty, and the common good. Stoicism encourages us to recognize that money itself is not an end, but a means to achieve higher goals. We can use money to educate our children, help the needy, and contribute to noble causes. This conscious approach to money transforms it from being an end in itself to a tool that can be used to create positive impact in the world. At this point, it is important to highlight that Stoicism is not a philosophy advocating poverty or disdain for financial success. On the contrary, Stoics value success and material well-being, but not at the expense of virtue and doing what is right. Therefore, by applying Stoic principles to money, we can find a healthy balance between financial success and the cultivation of our virtue. Number 3, the value of detachment. Value of detachment. Now that we've explored the relationship between Stoicism and money, it's crucial to delve into one of Stoicism's core principles, detachment. Stoics believe that detachment is a fundamental virtue that enables us to find peace and balance, especially concerning money and material possessions. Detachment doesn't imply that we should renounce all our belongings or lead an extremely simple life. Rather, it suggests learning to maintain a healthy relationship with the things we own. In the Stoic context, detachment involves understanding that material things are transient and short-lived. We have no control over the possession or loss of these goods. Therefore, Stoics encourage us to appreciate what we have, but not to cling excessively to it. In other words, we should be grateful for what we have, but also be prepared to let it go if necessary. This applies to money in several ways. Firstly, Stoics remind us that money isn't a guaranteed source of security. Data is unpredictable, circumstances can change, and we cannot control all the factors affecting our finances. Hence, it's wise not to excessively attach ourselves to money as the sole source of security. Detachment also relates to the idea that a person's worth shouldn't be measured by the size of their bank account. Often, people tie their self-worth to financial success, leading to feelings of inferiority or superiority depending on circumstances. Stoics remind us that our true value lies in our virtue, character, and how we treat others, not in our material wealth. Practicing detachment towards money also helps us avoid the trap of greed. Greed is an insatiable desire for more and can lead to destructive and selfish behaviors. Stoics encourage us to find satisfaction in our actual needs instead of succumbing to the endless desire for material things. Detachment helps us better face financial adversities. When we're not overly attached to money, we're more resilient against money-related difficulties. This doesn't mean being indifferent to financial matters, but facing them with courage and resilience instead of panicking or deeply suffering. The practice of detachment is a powerful tool to reduce stress and anxiety related to money. When we're less attached to outcomes, we can confront economic fluctuations with serenity, knowing that our personal value doesn't depend on our bank balance. Virtue and financial honesty. 4. Virtue and financial honesty. Virtue is one of the fundamental pillars of Stoic philosophy and plays a crucial role in how Stoics approach financial matters. In this part, let's explore how virtue and financial honesty intertwine in the context of Stoicism. Take a pause, breathe, there's a lot of information. Sometimes you end up getting lost. Let's continue. Virtue, for the Stoics, is the supreme value, composed of 4 main qualities: wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. In a financial context, the pursuit of virtue leads us to adopt practices that reflect these qualities. Financial honesty is a fundamental virtue, meaning acting with integrity and transparency in all our financial transactions. This includes paying our debts, fulfilling our financial commitments, and being truthful in our statements. Stoics remind us that honesty regarding money is an extension of the virtue of justice, which involves giving each what is due. Financial honesty shields us from falling into the traps of greed and deceit. When we are honest in our transactions, we build a reputation for reliability and respect. Moreover, it allows us to sleep peacefully at night, knowing that we haven't harmed anyone for personal gain. However, honesty doesn't imply that we should be naive or let others take advantage of us. Stoics also teach us to be prudent, to assess financial transactions wisely, avoiding being overly credulous or blind to suspicious realities in this virtual world. Another crucial aspect of virtue in a financial context is generosity. Stoics encourage us to be generous, to help those in need, and to contribute to the common good. Generosity is a manifestation of the virtue of justice, reminding us that we are all members of a global community and should care for one another. Philanthropy and charity are practices that can bring great satisfaction and meaning to our financial life. When we use our wealth to assist the less fortunate and support noble causes, we align our actions with Stoic virtue. Generosity helps us overcome selfishness and greed by redirecting our focus towards the collective good. Stoicism also reminds us that wealth shouldn't be amassed for its own sake. It's our responsibility to use our financial resources ethically and wisely, investing in our personal development, our children's education, improving our health, and promoting justice. Number 5. Embracing financial uncertainty. Embracing uncertainty is one of the central principles of Stoicism and plays a fundamental role in how Stoics approach financial matters. Now, let's explore how Stoic philosophy teaches us to face financial uncertainty calmly and without despair. Life is naturally uncertain, and this applies equally to our financial world. Stoics remind us that we cannot control all economic events or market changes, but we can control our reaction to these events. Embracing uncertainty means understanding that regardless of how well we plan, life can surprise us with unexpected challenges. These challenges may include job loss, unforeseen medical expenses, economic crises, or other unpredictable events. Stoics teach us not to be surprised by these events, but to face them with resilience. Stoic philosophy invites us to cultivate a mindset of preparation and adaptation towards financial uncertainties. This involves creating an emergency fund, developing management skills, and planning contingencies to deal with turnarounds. By doing so, we can minimize the impact of uncertainties and maintain our inner peace. Therefore, we should focus on making the right choices and taking appropriate actions without becoming excessively concerned about the outcomes. This doesn't mean that we shouldn't be responsible in our finances, but rather that we should accept that even with the best management, things may not go as planned due to external factors. Embracing financial uncertainty is also related to the practice of ataraxia, which is the tranquility of the soul and mind. Stoics remind us that excessively worrying about financial uncertainties will only increase our suffering. We should cultivate a serene and balanced mind by accepting that these things are a natural part of life. By accepting uncertainty, we can reduce stress and anxiety related to money, allowing us to face adversities with discipline, knowing that we are capable of handling circumstances no matter how challenging they may be. Embracing financial uncertainty also helps us prioritize what is most important in our lives. When we are not excessively preoccupied with obsessive pursuit, we can direct our attention to more meaningful issues such as the pursuit of virtue, personal development, and interpersonal relationships. By adopting this philosophy, we can find balance, resilience, and serenity in the face of financial uncertainties, while continuing to pursue what is most important in our lives. Number 6. Stoic practices to improve the relationship with money. Historical practices to improve the relationship with money. Now that we understand the fundamental principles of Stoicism concerning money, it's time to explore specific practices that can help us apply these principles in our financial lives. Here are some Stoic practices that can enhance our relationship with money. Meditation on poverty. Stoics often practiced meditation on poverty, envisioning the loss of their material possessions. This helped them cultivate detachment and remember that true wealth resides in actions, not material possessions. You can incorporate this practice into your routine by reflecting daily on what is truly essential in your life. Expense tracking. Maintain a detailed record of your expenses. This will help you have a clear view of how you're using your money and where adjustments can be made to align your spending with your values and goals. Setting limits. Define boundaries for your material desires. This doesn't mean you can't enjoy good things in life, but it involves recognizing when desire turns into greed. Setting limits helps avoid the endless pursuit of more wealth. Conscious budgeting. Develop a budget that reflects your values and objectives. A budget is an important tool to ensure your money is directed toward the most significant areas of your life rather than being wasted on frivolous expenses. Charity and helping the needy. Practice generosity by contributing to causes you value. Philanthropy and charity are ways to direct your money toward the common good and cultivate the virtue of justice and love for others. Emergency fund. Build an emergency fund to tackle unexpected financial crises. This helps reduce anxiety about uncertainty and allows you to maintain composure in challenging situations. As you implement these practices in your life, you will find a more meaningful way to deal with money by aligning your financial actions with your personal values and goals. Stoicism offers a valuable framework for a healthy and balanced relationship with money, allowing you to find wealth not only in your bank account but also in your inner life and the good deeds you perform. As we conclude this conversation about the relationship between money and Stoicism, it's important to emphasize that Stoicism is not just an ancient philosophy but a timeless approach to life that continues to offer wisdom and guidance on our current journey. We've explored how Stoicism teaches us to approach money with balance, virtue, and honesty. Stoic philosophy reminds us that money itself is neither good nor bad, but its usefulness depends on how we use it and how it affects our character. Money can be a powerful tool to achieve our goals, but it shouldn't become our primary objective. Remember that money alone is not the end, but a means to achieve higher goals. Keep virtue as your guide and remember that true success lies not only in your bank account balance, but in the virtuous and meaningful actions you carry out every day. We've come to the end of this journey, and I sincerely hope that this advice has been helpful to you. Your participation is crucial and highly valued. If this video has provided you with utility or contributed to your learning, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. This helps us share Stoic wisdom principles with more people. If you're interested in supporting the channel by becoming a member, there's more information with the link in the pinned comment below. Thank you. If you'd like to support the channel, continue watching the videos that will be recommended on the screen. I deeply appreciate your attention, and until next time.